So welcome everyone. We're so happy to see everybody here this evening, and this is our September Oil Hub, and it's our Pause and Reset in Autumn Immunity Special. So we often wonder why we need to look after our immunity in the autumn and winter months. Well, for very good reasons. We know it's flu season. We know we're having lack of sunshine. Most of us have had that through the summer months as well, but we're not dwelling on that. And darker nights are here, so therefore it can really affect our mood. So as we get right into autumn, our mood could really lower, which in turn affects our immune system. And there's so much research on that to show it can have a direct link from our brain to our immunity. So tonight, we're going to look at some lovely, simple solutions together where we can look to some natural products that are going to really boost our immune system in a really simple way. And we are going to first take a look at some immunity boosters and how they can not only protect ourselves, but our family members as well. And we're going to turn to the lovely Rachel for that.
Thank you, Deborah. I'm just going to start by sharing some slides with you. So this is a great time of year just to start to really get into a good routine with regards to strengthening our immune system. We're all about prevention is better than cure. So we really want to strengthen our immune system and our body's ability to be able to keep things at bay. And I know Deborah's going to talk after and Jane about the benefits of keeping our mood positive as well, because that really affects our immune system. But I'm going to look at the physical side of things now. So some of the things that we may be familiar with, but also some things that we maybe just need a reminder of how vital it is that we do. So the first of all, these are some of the sort of daily non-negotiables that we find that really support our immune system. And it's always using lemon in water daily because it's incredibly detoxifying and really good for cleansing bacteria in the gut. So anything that comes our way, the lemon can help prevent a lot of the things. And we know lemon's a key ingredient in the Flume Bomb. So that's going to be just a non-negotiable. If you're not taking it in your water yet, please do. For children going back to school, the On Guard beadlets are a quarter of a drop of oil, On Guard oil. So they're suitable for kids who are a little bit younger that you don't want to give them a full drop of oil or a capsule. They're tiny little beadlets that they can pop in the mouth. And they're really useful for maybe just giving a beadlet a day as they go back to school. I know I've used this on my children, and I know my friend who's an adult, she uses this, and she's like, this is her preventative. She just uses On Guard beadlets all the time. Sometimes you might think, oh, I'm going to use a soft gel. You feel like you're really poorly, or you're going to you feel run down. Then the On Guard plus soft gels would give you that boost with the extra Melissa oil, which is incredibly anti. And you've got also the addition of black pepper, which we know boosting the immune system. So whichever you choose, whether it's the oil, the beadlets, or the soft gels, it's handy to have these in stock in your sort of natural medicine cabinet, just to get into that daily habit with it. I also found that, I know from an experience of a mom, that she found her children were so strong after just taking one beadlet a day and one sachet probiotic. They had no skin problems because obviously the probiotics, but when you think of like 70% of your immune system is in your gut, that's why it's so essential really that we have really good microbiome, strong microbiome in our gut. So the addition of a good probiotic for children and ourselves would really be useful as well. If the kids are maybe too young to take it internally, then you can use the stronger blend that can really support them. And also you could use On Guard diluted as well if you don't have the stronger. So that's some little daily preventatives that is really useful just to get into that habit. We've also got some nice little recipes as well. It is sort of cough season, and as the season changes, we know that our airways can be affected. And our sort of airways are adjusting to the change of temperature, and also lots of things going around. So coughs, things like coughs, the air blend, never forget the power of the air blend, but the addition of lime, which is great for catarrh, and rosemary can help to really make it a productive moving cough. So kick the cough roller, and that's a little recipe there which we can share at the end. We've got the offer on for the throat drops, which is 10% off, and we found it really useful using these just whenever you get a scratchy throat, you can use it. But also if you popped one of those lozenges into some warm water, in a mug of warm water, and then add some copaiba and lemon if you have it, a slice of lemon, mix it up, and the lozenge will melt into the hot drink, and it's a soothing throat drink, and it's wonderful if you do have that. So you can use it just as a normal way you'd use a lozenge, or you can actually make a warm drink with it. And copaiba as well is incredible at being a natural sort of pain relief as well. So it's a bit like a Lemsip we're making, because I know Lemsip's got paracetamol. We're using copaiba, which is the natural alternative to soothing that throat pain as well as helping with the infection. So some ideas there we can use with that, with those drops. Don't forget the power of tea tree. We can roll it on our feet. We've got oregano if we need the extra boost, and frankincense, as well as On Guard, and we know that's our free product of the month, which we'll go into after. But it's just incredible for so many things. If in doubt with coughs, we can just diffuse On Guard, and we can add it to our capsule. We can roll it on the children's feet and spine at night time, keep them strong as they're going back to school. And it's just really a purifying oil. When you think of all the wonderful things in it, eucalyptus, rosemary, cinnamon, clove is one of the highest on the scale for antioxidant. So a really powerful combination, as well as wild orange there. And let's not forget the power of the flute bomb. Just to remind yourself, you can diffuse this, you can use it in a roller or in a vegetable capsule, and this can really help you to stay strong. If you're running out of flute, I would suggest start making your flute rollers for your children, for yourself, and just keep that by your bedside to roll on daily. And that's just a little bit of help for your immune system. Back over to Deborah.
Thank you for that, Rachel. I know today I was in a school with coughs, colds, and we're on day one going round. And the first thing I did, I looked into my bag. I always have the purifying mist On Guard, and then I was bobbing the beadlets like they were sweets. And because they're so teeny, they're great to carry around. And that's what I did today. So now we're going to look at mood enhancers. And today I've had a pretty bad day. And the first thing I actually look to is my favorite oil on earth, and that is chia. Now, this is such a beautiful blend. And even though I'm a floral girl at heart, it's actually the opposite to floral. It's incredibly autumnal, and it has the most beautiful oils in there, such as wild orange and clove and star anise and lemon myrtle and nutmeg, vanilla, ginger and cinnamon. And we can see here on the right how these can really affect our mood. So we've got wild orange, which really energizes us, doesn't it? Even just popping wild orange in our hand, just when we feel a little bit deflated or unmotivated. But obviously in this lovely blend, we've got clove as well. It can give us emotional balance, feelings of confidence, say if we're just feeling a little bit unsure of our situation on the day. Star anise and ginger, beautiful energizing oils. Lemon myrtle and others, which can give us focus, promotes a focused environment. And as I always say, with somebody with ADHD like myself, I definitely need this. Lemon, obviously, can give us focus, but increase our mood in a positive way. And cinnamon. And this is just so beautiful together. And today, the first thing I did when I was having a bad morning, I just popped a drop in my hand and inhaled about 4 times. I also often diffuse it, and it just creates the most uplifting environment. And as I say, it's one of my absolute favorites. We are now going to go over to Emma, the lovely Emma, and look at how we can keep our hands healthy with doTERRA today.
Thank you, Deborah. I'm just going to pop on the slide. I've just had a hot flush as well, so there's an oil for that. I've just put it on. Hopefully my screen's going to come up. It's just slow here on this end. Okay, shout if you can't see. So here we have the DIY On Guard blend, but first of all, I just wanted to share something with you, and it's the hand purifying mist that was just mentioned earlier. And the reason why is because if we think about it, for healthy hands, well, it's germ season, isn't it? So the kids are back to school, there's lots of around, and we're wanting to protect our microbiome and our immunity. So On Guard has been proven to kill 99.9% of bacteria. And that's why it's really, really useful at this time of the year. So for this, the On Guard hand purifying mist, it's just as it sounds. You just spray it once or twice onto your hand and just spread it round. Just make sure that it covers everywhere, and you can just move on with your day. And I love this. I have this in the car, and it's often in my handbag, but usually I leave it in the car because you know something will crop up and you suddenly need something. So it's really good to have maybe one in your handbag and one in the car, but that's just a really helpful one. But I also found online, if you search in the in your web browser, you type in doTERRA, I think it's the hand mist recipe. If you type in recipe for it, it will come up. There is a recipe for you to top it up if you want it. So just thought that'd be a handy little tip. So first of all, I'm going to share this hand wash with you now, and I'm going to make it with you on the spot. I'm hoping I don't make too much of a mess, but I just wanted to show you this little video that I took of my own hand wash that I have made. I've DIY'd it myself, put it all together, this recipe, and you can add whatever essential oils you like, but look at the consistency of it. It's brilliant. It comes right out. It's foaming. You just need to pump it once, in my opinion, and just get it all over your hands, and it's fantastic. And especially if it's got On Guard in it, it's going to kill that bacteria. So first of all, we have got a funnel. I've got the foaming hand wash dispenser from doTERRA itself. So they are, you can get them on their own, or you can get them with hand wash soap if you want to. And I've got them all over the house. So I'm nearly finished this one, so I'm just going to top this one up in front of you. So I have 150 ml of filtered water, but I personally put this in last.
Emma, sorry, Emma.
Go ahead.
If you stop sharing screen, I don't think we can see your video.
Oh, really?
I think, yeah, if you sharing it might.
Can you see my DIY On Guard hand wash?
Yes.
Recipe? So yeah. If I press this, can you see it now?
Yes. Well,
good.
Yeah, we can see you the foaming hand wash, but we can't see you.
Oh, can't see me. Oh, okay. Bear with. Sorry, I thought you might be able to see me.
It's just a blank screen.
All right, never mind. What I'll do is I'll stop share and show you this bit. Okay.
See you now.
So I'll stop share for a sec. I don't know what happened there. Usually I could. No worries. All right, can you see me all right? Yeah. So I've got funnel, and I've got this. I need to top it up. Personally, I like to put the soap base in first. So that is 60 ml of Castile soap base. I've just bought a new bottle, but I use this one here. It's handy. It's online. I can use that. I'm going to really try it at my table. So I just pour it in. I'm going to get my funnel this time because last time I forgot. So the soap base, just pour it right in. Try and get as much of that as possible. Now, don't make the mistake that I did. I misread this recipe and I put half a tablespoon of fractionated coconut in. It makes it too oily. Please just do the half teaspoon. Don't do my mistake. Learn from my mistake, please. So pour in the half teaspoon. Now this is where I put my oil in. And I don't know why, but I think it actually makes it smell stronger. So I'm going to put, now you can put 10 to 16 drops. Because of the season, I'm going to put 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. And then I've just got my water to put in. I will swirl this around a little bit. And then put my water in. It's about 150 ml, give or take. Again, these kind of recipes you can tweak to do how you like it. If you prefer it a bit thicker, fine. You might want to put more soap base in or whatever, but this really works well. And then once it's all filled up, I shake it. So you'll notice there'll be a load of foam in here. That's why you need that space. So that's why it's not filled up to the very top or anything. And then I'm really hoping this is lovely when it comes out, but I need usually a few pumps. This one's the slow one. Oh, it's not, it's liquidy at the moment. It just needs a few pumps, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not in my sink, but just a few pumps and it will come to that consistency that was in the little video. So that's one thing. However, I'm going to just share my screen again. It feels quite nice on my skin. Okay. Probably because I'm using the iPad today is why, I don't know why you couldn't see me. It's just coming up. The iPad is a bit slow, sorry. But I also decided to share the antibacterial, antiviral, those kind of oils so that we can use them in, hopefully you can see my screen, shout if you can't. But I decided to just compile a little list together because these are the reasons why we want to keep our hands healthy, really. We want to be able to make sure that any bugs that are going around, we want to make sure that we're not getting them. We want to clean our hands, keep them clean. Also, we want them to be nice and healthy and smooth. So we don't want the natural oils to be all coming out and drying and cracking our skin. So these are brilliant options. And with the recipe that we've got, it's a very nice, nourishing recipe. So for On Guard, that's got the antibacterial qualities that are in the oils that are in it, and also the antiviral. So these are just some examples here of some of them. There's an extensive list. And the reason why I do it personally is because it's non-toxic and it's environmentally friendly, and I find them brilliant and it's really good. But if you're not a DIYer, then there is this option, which I also use and I'm running low on. And they have a new one as well, which you can see on the screen is the one on the right by the sanitizing mist. And that's really useful. The concentrate is the one on the right. It's in a glass jar. And the concentrate, they usually say, I think, is 1 part to 3 parts water, which is great. It means that it's going to last a long time. Personally, I do similar with this recipe and it works out beautifully. So in case that's something you don't fancy, you know, all of the different things, which by the way, does seem to be a lot more cost effective in the long run, having the DIY. But if you do prefer to use these, this is an excellent affordable solution as well. Lasts ages. I've had this for ages. And again, if it's something that you would like to use your points on or do a natural switcheroo with, then that's a great option, swapping it out with things that you might buy in your local shops. So there we go. Thank you.
Emma, thank you so much for those lovely recipes. You are a true DIYer, unlike myself. So I actually buy the On Guard from doTERRA and it lasts for ages, but I have to say there's something very satisfying to do it yourself, which I never do. But now we're going to go to the lovely Jane, and she's going to talk us through Nature's Forest oily activities. And this is for the entire family, including your young children as well.
Lovely, thank you, Emma. I'll just start to share our screen and start the presentation. Let's see. It's going to be one of these nights. I'm going round in circles. Right, okay. Can we all see that?
It's coming.
Sent.
There we go.
That is good. So I'll just have to move my box out of the way and get started. Okay.
If you press
So
present, I think. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect.
that's us. That's us ready to start. So hello, autumn. Family time is really precious, and as the nights draw in and the time that we need to spend together sometimes seems to get a bit shorter. So what kind of activities can we do as a family with children, mum and dad together, that can not only bond, but also we can use the oils and incorporate that into our daily life. So let's see how doTERRA can help some activities. So what do you and your family like to do over the autumn period? Well, I'm sure, like ourselves, sometimes we might just want to sit and close the curtains or sit in front of the fire, but it's actually a really nice time of the year to get out and enjoy the weather. The Japanese, since the 1800s, they've actually practiced something called forest bathing, and it just helps you to go into the forest and slow down, focus and become more centered on your family, your health, and just really your general well-being. It's a place where the forest actually regenerates itself. It protects and heals itself by giving off compounds. And if we actually take a forest walk, we actually breathe in these compounds, which in turn boosts our immune system and helps to protect us. It's a safe environment, and it also is really calming to the nervous system. And we all need that, don't we? So how can we maximise our healing benefits? Well, to boost our family's immunity even further, we can incorporate some of doTERRA's own oils, and we can add in a few extras. So we can see some nice slides here of family activity, and who doesn't like throwing the leaves in the air, and the kids like to kick them around. But there are proven health benefits from taking advantage of sunlight, gentle sounds, autumn colours, and also stimulating aromas. And these really leave us feeling peaceful and calm, and often results in a good night's sleep. And I'm sure every family could benefit from that. So children are actually drawn to warm, vibrant colours. It has a stimulating effect on them, helps to happiness, it makes them positive, and us as adults too. And it also really stimulates a creative mind, which is important for children. And of course, predominantly we know that these colours are red, orange and yellow. And we see that very much when you go into nature walks. So one activity that we can do as families is to go and have an autumn hunt. And three main things that we find quite readily on the forest floor are things like acorns, pine cones and horse chestnuts. So what kind of things can we do with that? Well, one thing we can make as a family that we can all benefit from the results of is potpourri. So first of all, when you collect your pine cones and your acorns, dry them, because obviously they're a bit moist. So you just get a nice big orange and slice that up, put it into your oven along with your things that you're drying out, like your acorns and your pine cones, and just put your oven onto the lowest heat setting, and that will slowly dry. You want to do it slowly dry out your ingredients, and leave it overnight with the oven door closed after you've turned it off. And then in the morning, if it's completely dry, you can put it into a Ziploc bag and just add in a couple of drops of On Guard essential oil, some nice wild orange and clove essentials. Give your bag a good shake and leave it sealed up for a couple of, say, days, just to let the, it all to absorb. And then you'll enjoy this beautiful aroma that will permeate the whole house when you sit it in a bowl. And for a few added extras, we can also readily find in our supermarket cinnamon sticks and whole cloves. So that's one nice activity we can do and all benefit from it. So what about as adults after a country walk? Well, we can spoil ourselves by, again, using the On Guard. We can put that into some hot water, and that's a really refreshing hot drink. You can add it to your own herbal teas, slice up some more orange and give it a good stir. And you start to feel that nice warm feeling going through you when you're drinking these really beneficial drinks. For additional flavour, you could add some of your wild orange oil or some cinnamon sticks, break off some parts of the cinnamon stick, and then even just a teaspoonful of your favourite honey, and enjoy that as a nice warming drink. So what about the big kids in the family and our little kids? Well, again, we can sit around the fire if we've got one and enjoy a really nice yummy hot chocolate drink. We can make that extra special by adding in some wild orange, which really gives it a luxurious taste, and then obviously top it up with either your cream or marshmallows or whatever takes your fancy. And who doesn't enjoy a nice hot chocolate after a walk in the country? An extra activity that's actually really nice for kids to do, and us as a family, is to think about others. Now, how can we incorporate that? By turning to nature and including the oils. So perhaps maybe after we've had our woodland walk, we've brought home, a few leaves, gather around the table and just make it a family thing where we all choose our own oils. We can inhale them and put them onto our pulse points, and we've all got that individual experience, but we're sharing it as a family around the table. And then we can spread out our leaves that we've found. And a nice thing to do with the kids is maybe just even to paint some hearts on them. And then once they're dry, we could write a nice positive message. And then that prepares us, and we can make arrangements as a family to enjoy another family walk, maybe the following weekend. And if it's a nice blowy day, take your leaves with you, and as the wind blows, just throw the leaves in the air and let the wind carry them off. And who knows, maybe somebody will like to read that positive message that they find on the leaf. Might just been the right day for them. So when we consider all that, it's really beneficial to include nature in our healthcare, along with the beautiful protective blend of On Guard. And this is just a slide for it, an extra activity. If any of our younger kids want to get involved, we can colour in the leaves and tick them off as we find them on the forest floors. So that's how we can use On Guard wild orange in our daily care as a family. Back to you, Deborah.
Thank you so much for that, for Jane. Honestly, I could listen to you all day long. That was absolutely beautiful. And what top tips? I'm definitely going to be doing the potpourri. I will do DIY and the warm and drink and the hot chocolate. Yes. If you live near it, I'd invite you around. So thank you so much for that. Next, we're going to go to Rachel, who's going to show us some beautiful diffusing blends for autumn.
Yeah, I forgot to share this at the beginning. So if Deborah mentioned about creating that warm, sort of cozy feel, and this is one of the ways we can use it. So if you've got things like, think of the sort of autumnal scents that you've maybe already got oiled in your home. If you've got cinnamon and clove and if you've got a spice, a wood, and a citrus like orange, then you're sorted, because if you combine all of those together, you've got a great sort of autumnal scent there. You've got an apple pie, a spice char blend, and a fallen leaves one, patchouli, cedarwood, and clove. And then don't forget as well, in the starter guide, we've also got the general ones using the 10 core oils for stopping the spread, and you can continue to use these sort of standard diffuser blend. On Guard in the diffuser, and Cheer, like Deborah said, that they're very autumnal scents without having to blend it yourself. But you can add all these extra things as well there. So I'll just stop sharing that. Deborah, did you want me to share the other slide now?
Yes, please. I was going to say as well about the diffuser blends. Some of them, obviously, caution's needed, but I have a couple of open fires in my house, and I put some of the wood oils on the logs when I put them in. So when you're snowed in and you just want to be super warm and made to say we're not in winter yet though, but when you you want to be super cozy, popping a couple of drops on your logs is absolutely beautiful. Makes your fire a little bit more roaring as well. Now we're going to be looking at the offers of the month. So there's some really amazing offers in store for all of us. And I think the first one's going to be Deep Blue. Well, I'm hoping. So Deep Blue. So this is for anybody. You don't even need to be on an LRP. It can be a brand new customer, any of us. If we do 150 PV, we're going to get the Deep Blue stick with Copaiba. And This is mine and I use it most days when I've been grafting, and it's an amazing thing. If you're perhaps at the gym, you could use it before and after, and it's absolutely for free if you place a single order of 150 PV between the 1st and the 30th of September. And thankfully I've got one coming because I needed another one, so I've got it for free. The next one we're going to look at is the offer of On Guard. So we've discussed it so many times tonight. So who would like a free one? I know I would. So if anybody does 125 PV on your LRP by the 15th, you're going to get this for free. And as we've already said, it's going to be beautiful for diffusing, to make our own hand soaps, to pop in our hot drinks, or the potpourris, Jane said, so that it's limitless on how we can use this really beautiful protected blend. And this is our free product of the month. Next, we've got the On Guard natural lozenges. I have tried them. If you love On Guard, you're going to love these. Last year, I actually used Rachel's tip of popping in a hot drink. I was like, I had a cold, and I have to say, delicious. And that is 10% off this month. So buy it while it's on offer. That's what I would always do. Why pay full price or even wholesale when you can get it 10% off? So that's an offer for the rest of the month. And then we've got the luxurious Yaropom Revitalizing Eye Masks. And there's 8 in a pack. And this is absolutely beautiful. And it's £36.50. No, it's not. That's a PV. I can't remember the price now, Rachel. Do you know? Is it?
No, but I'll find out in a second.
Oh, no, I do know because I've been telling people all week. Is it what? Apparently, we're thinking it's about £38, but you get 8 in and it is absolutely natural. And when you look on the market, which I did, there's so many things out there you could buy for a tenner. But when you look at the ingredients, they're the opposite of natural. And the fact we're putting them on our face, I've got really sensitive skin. So we do want to try, where possible, put a natural thing on. But it apparently helps fine lines, soothes delicate under eye skin for a well-rested, revived appearance. So hopefully when mine come this month, I'm going to come back on next month and hopefully feel refreshed and revitalized under my eyes. So that is, well, it's one order per person, and that is while supplies last. So it's probably going to be one of those things that runs out quite quickly, I would say. And thank you for that, Emma. And it says, doTERRA tells us with the rest of the thing, we can actually pop it all around the face, the actual serum. So that'll be lovely.
Can I just say, it says it's sold out in the US and it's very soon to be sold out. So if you want it, get it soon.
Yes. I was actually shocked today because I went on today and I was put in line again. I thought, oh no, I bet it's sold out, and it was still available, but I think it's definitely. Thank you so much, Gemma. It's £38.75, and there's 8 sets. So do you know what? You could go to a good friend and say, would you like to go halves? And we'll have 4 each. That's what I would do. So that is the last of the offers this month. And if you have any questions and you would like the answers, please feel free to raise your hands.